Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I've been working pretty hard on decorating my island for the past month because I want to update my dream address and share it with the community. I'm having fun still, but this process of focusing solely on building has made me realize some things about the game. Most life simulation games have character and environment customization for players to add their mark on the virtual world. I've noticed that some popular life sim franchises have shifted towards these cosmetic building and decorating style gameplay, and away from life simulation systems gameplay. The problem with Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Is it a building game or not? The Animal Crossing game series has always dipped into different genres. I consider them to be life simulation games, collecting games, and even building or dress-up games. Definitely before New Horizons, I would say Animal Crossing games are mostly about life simulation gameplay, since the main gameplay is based around traversing through the virtual world and interacting with NPC characters. With the release of New Horizons, after playing it for over a year, I would say this game is the first in the series that has the player focusing more on building and decorating than simulation gameplay. Like I mentioned before, Animal Crossing has always had gameplay of different genres. This means the player base has always played the game in different ways. There has always been a section of the player base that is focused on building and decorating their town, and a small section of that section has been taking decorating to the extreme even before New Horizons. But because of new building and decorating mechanics in New Horizons, the focus of the game has shifted even further towards building than the previous games. New Leaf was the first Animal Crossing game that allowed the player to build new structures in their town. They expanded on that mechanic in New Horizons by allowing players to place furniture items outside, which was absolutely game-changing. New Horizons was also the first game to add terraforming, which allows players to edit the map of their island in-game. This was even more game-changing. Another reason why New Horizons gameplay is more focused on building and decorating is that there isn't much else to do after 300 hours or so. There's less villager interactions or activities, and if you're into grinding for bells, there's not as many upgrades to spend your money on. If you aren't part of the player base that is really into decorating and taking aesthetic screenshots to share online, then you may be struggling for things to do in the game. That's why I call the Animal Crossing players that do that endgame players. I got the game a couple days after launch in March 2020. I played obsessively until that summer when my interest in the game began to wane. I was casually decorating my island until then, but not too intensely. Recently, this got more intense. I started modeling the way that decorating YouTubers play this game, not because I like decorating that much, but because it was the only way to keep playing it. I knew that the focus of the game wasn't about playing in a virtual town or community of cute animals anymore when I saw players were keeping the lost objects and using them to decorate. This game failed to keep us invested in our villagers and believe that they are real and alive when we don't even care about returning their notebook over using it to decorate. And if you're what I call an endgame player, you may have had to do certain things that are really a hassle in order to decorate your island fully. If there aren't really other elements of the game to play around with after 300 or so hours, and decorating is the main thing left to do, why does certain things about the game's design make it so hard to decorate? Here are some things that you may have had to do. Let's see. Struggling to place items properly outside because it relies on placing your character at the right position and angle, having to individually craft or order a million of the same item, time traveling to a different time of day so you can see better while decorating, having to move a building somewhere else and then back if you only want to move it over one block, having to demolish and rebuild bridges and inclines if you want to move them, and waiting a day to do each. And some dedicated Animal Crossing builders have gone as far as buying multiple Switches to build on more than one island.
We are starting island number 2. I actually bought another Nintendo Switch. I know that that's what you have to do, okay? It's ridiculous.
So, is Animal Crossing: New Horizons a building game or not? If it is, then it should have features that make building and decorating easy and not frustrating. The hard part of decorating should be making everything look nice or finding creative inspiration, not struggling with the controls. Since the spin-off game Happy Home Designer, Nintendo has added a building mode UI for decorating interiors. Instead of using the character to physically move furniture around, furniture can be dropped and dragged into place through the UI. This feature is not present outdoors in Animal Crossing: New Horizons, even though you can now place furniture outside. Another reason why I stopped playing this game for a period last year was that I wanted to continue decorating my town, but it was really hard to get the specific items and recipes that I wanted to complete an area. I only got the motivation to start decorating again after the rise of free treasure islands on Twitch. But let's say you already have that item in your catalog, but you need 15 of them. It would take you 3 real days to order them all, since you are limited to 5 orders from Nook Shopping a day. If New Horizons was a building game, the experience of building outdoors on your island would be more like the experience of building inside on Harv's Island, where you are able to access your entire catalog at once and all of the color customization options. There are also other features that could be added to make the building gameplay smoother. For example, let's talk about another game that is from a life simulation series but has had building and decorating as part of the gameplay for longer, The Sims 4. When in build mode, there's a toggle that adjusts the time of day so you can easily see how your build will look in different lighting. Another example is Minecraft, which has a creative mode that allows the player to fly in the air and gives unlimited access to all the building blocks so the player can only focus on building. Actually, I don't want the game or series to go in this direction. Although I'm enjoying decorating my island currently, I don't think this style of gameplay is what the game series is best known for, or what made most of us fall in love with it all those years and consoles ago. If Animal Crossing New Horizons shouldn't be a building game, then it needs more simulation gameplay. Like many players have said before me, we want more villager interactions and mini-games. I think that if updates are going to give us new furniture, that furniture should be obtained through gameplay, not just ordering it through the Nook Shopping app. It seems like the only new content announced so far for the next few months are furniture items that can be ordered through Nook Shopping. Because of this, I'm going to continue playing this game as a building game, but I'm still hoping Nintendo gives us more life simulation content in the future. At this point, we aren't even hoping for them to do anything game-changing to the series, just to bring back gameplay that existed in previous games. I haven't lost hope yet, and I still don't feel mad or bitter towards Nintendo like I do towards other companies that have done similar things to their games series. Anyway, that's the video for today. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the gameplay of Animal Crossing New Horizons so far. Are you spending your time hanging with your villagers on a daily basis, or are you more into building and decorating? And what direction would you like the series to go in? Thank you all for your positive responses on my previous video. I'm gonna try to make a new video at least once every 2 weeks. If you would like to be notified when my next video comes out, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.